Thanks for joining us here on the Bearcat Sports Network. I'm Scott Cummings, and I'm joined by McKendree football coach Mike Babcock. And Coach, recruiting day has come and gone. The Bearcats seem to have hit a gold mine. You came in late in the process, but 24 recruits have signed on the dotted line. They'll be Bearcats next season. Why don't you go ahead and talk a little bit about the process? I know, like you said, you were hired in December. Came in a little late, but still able to get a quality class out of it.
Well, it's been an exciting 2 months, Scott. Really, as soon as got hired, just really hit the ground running and tried to make sure that we blanketed the state and make sure that we got some quality kids, especially from the state of Illinois, to come. So, and I think we've got a great first class for that. We've got guys that are coming all the way from, up in the Chicago area. We've got a guy coming all the way from Georgia coming out, and a couple kids from Missouri. And, again, I'm very, very excited about this class that we got.
You came in obviously right after the season. You got a chance to go through the personnel. What were your priorities going into the recruiting season?
This season, knowing that I haven't coached here before and just going off of the film, I wanted to make sure that I recruited better players than what we have.
Right.
Okay, and that's not going to change even from next year. I want to recruit better players than what we have, and that's how you get better, as a team and through recruiting. And I think that this initial recruiting class, I think we've got some diamonds in the rough. Some guys that can come in and have a chance to compete for jobs and a chance to play and hopefully make our team better. And that's really what you want out of this.
I know in talking with you before we went on the air, really excited about the group as a whole, kind of a blue collar type of class that you've brought in. Why don't you go ahead and touch a little bit, don't have to get specific, but if you want to talk in generalities, what kind of guys we're getting here at McKendree University?
I wanted, again, talking about blue collar, I wanted guys that really bought into the vision of, in order to be great, we have to frickin' work hard. And that's that's kind of an obvious statement, all right? But
sure.
I wanted guys to be able to buy into that. But, and all of that starts up front, all right, with both the offensive line and defensive line. I think we did a great job on both sides of the ball. Just, a couple key players. I know offensively on the front line, Alex Palmer from Sacred Heart Griffin,
right.
great tackle. He's won a lot of games, up there for SHG.
Sure.
He's a great get. Even from Georgia, went all the way out to Georgia and found a guy in Connor Cooper. He drove all the way in with his dad, for the day trip, and was excited to come be a part of that. So again, on offense, I was very excited. Defensively, we really didn't have to go very far to find a great defensive lineman, and that's in Marquez Cherry,
right.
From Belleville West, and he was being looked at by a lot of different schools, but he's one of these guys that's big, that's strong, that loves to lift, loves to get in the mud and get dirty and hit someone, and that's what I like. So, not only that blue collar mentality is up front, in the back half you need guys as well. I think that we've got a great running back out of Kansas City, Miles Hammonds. Again, drove out here with his parents for his recruiting trip and kind of fell in love with the place. The same type of things that I looked at McKendree, he's looked at too, and I think he's kind of a big, powerful running back, which I like. Wide receiver wise, Gerard Jenkins from Simeon,
okay.
Kind of a great, almost Wes Walker type wide receiver, can get inside of the slot, make plays with his feet and his hands. A great get. And a couple others, Eric Brittle from Sacred Heart Griffin as well, same school that Alex Palmer was at.
Right.
Great wide receiver. Also went across the river to Arnold and grabbed out of Fox High School Tyler Brewer.
And he's got some size.
Absolutely. He's one of those guys that I think can be your one-on-one type of players. Even out in the Champaign type area, Dustin Walls. Again, one of those complete players that can catch it and make a guy miss, and there ain't a defense that can stop him. So defensively, I think that at the linebacker position we had some great finds. From the same high school. We looked at Peoria and found Harrison Hale and Darian Simmons, and I think they're fantastic players. And so I'm excited on both sides of the ball. There's a bunch of other guys that have come into the boat, and again, guys that bought into that vision that we're going to work hard, we're going to play our butts off, and at the end of of the day, hopefully it'll turn out well.
Not a knock on previous recruiting classes, but you just look at the numbers. If you go online at mckbearcats.com, you can look at the recruiting class, and there's just some eye-popping numbers. Some of these young men that put forth in their senior seasons, and you got to hope that feeds over well, but it seems like there's a good mesh, a good mix of talent on both sides of the ball, and I know that was one of your priorities coming in.
Absolutely. Like I said, I wanted to make sure that we blanketed every position, that we found better guys than what we have, and keep that cycle going of always trying to recruit better. So again, the guys coming in here really wanted to buy into that concept of starting fresh, a new coaching staff, going into Division II. Those are kind of the new things that we kind of pushed towards the guys, and guys wanted to be a part of it, wanted to leave their legacy here.
And what you know about the Great Lakes Valley Conference, obviously, when you were at Pueblo, you faced Indianapolis in the playoffs, but you've got a chance to look around a little bit and get to familiarize yourself with the conference. How does this recruiting class fit in terms of what they could do to help the Bearcats succeed in the GLVC?
You know, it really comes down to you know, guys coming in and working hard, buying into your program, in the X's and O's factor, and that's going to come once they get in here. I think that they've had, you know, stellar high school seasons, you know, but it's really the meat and potatoes is when they get here. And you know, looking around the conferences, I think everyone has done a great job in recruiting. You know, I've been on the websites and a lot of the GLVC teams, and it looks like everyone's kind of been working hard to do kind of the same thing. Let's try and get guys better and try and make us better. So, you know, I thought, again, first time through it, I thought we did a great job. I think we can always get better, and that's hopefully what we can do in the future.
And obviously the signing period goes through April 1st, so still time to find some more diamonds in the rough, and I'm sure that you and the staff will be hard at work trying to find those diamonds.
Absolutely, trying to, you know, recruiting never stops, and so I want to make sure that just because we have 24 now doesn't mean that we'll always have 24, you know, come August. So we're always trying to find those guys, and you know, hopefully again make ourselves better.
And just like the coaching staff, we won't stop at mckbearcats.com. Continuing to visit the football website as we'll update the list of recruits. Coach, thanks for joining us today. Congratulations on a successful recruiting class, and good luck the rest of the recruiting season.
Thanks, Scott. Appreciate it.
Our thanks once again to head coach Mike Babcock for joining us. I am Scott Cummings, and you've been watching us on the Bearcat Sports Network.